How are we all? Please let me know if you can see and hear me. I hope that you can. If you here in the chat today, Cara, welcome to Love Vicky Puzzling. Hi to you. How are you, Cara? And Gryffindor is going back to sleep. Well, thank you for saying hi and have fun, and I hope you sleep well, Gryffindor. Hi, Dexter. Sybil, hello. Sarah's here as well, and Thomas, and Sam. Hello to you all, and thank you, Sam. I'm glad you can see and hear me fine. Hello, Karen. How are you? Well, look, I'm a stranger. Been a while, hasn't it? Yes, the museum's back. Well, it had never gone anywhere, in fairness. It was sitting patiently in the box, but it needs to be done. I have to finish it. So, I have in fact already done section A on live streams, as you know. And so, having done, I think, what the life puzzle and then 6 portals, I'm now back, ready to tackle section B, which is this one here. So, this one, much the same as that side, with a couple of differences. You have your portraits and the wall's the same colour, the big gold frames and all of that, but what we also have is more of the ceiling and these lights, and a big wedge of floor, wooden floor, which you don't really have, or at least you just have like a tiny bit of it on this one. You do see a light, but again, it really, this side is just portraits. So yeah, there's just a little bit more going on in this one. More going on. There are 13 portraits, and I've spent the last 3 days sorting the pieces in this section, and I'm going to show you how I've done it. I did put some pictures up, but I have done more sorting since those pictures. I have actually sorted out the portrait pieces into their individual portraits, as far as I can, as closely as I can tell. But I will go through that shortly. Who else has joined? Sue, hello! Hello, Angela. And puzzles by Claire, hello to you. Natalie's here as well, and Bergnes, hello. Susie, it's a beautiful day in Florida, so I'm puzzling outside. Oh, that sounds great. Oh, I'd love to join you. That sounds really nice. It's dark here, so I wouldn't really be able to see, but I do have night vision goggles, so I might be fine. I finally got here at the beginning instead of watching replays. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad, Sandra. How are you? Sandy, sorry. How are you? Hello to Julie. OMG. Did you finish section B already? Oh, wait, that's just the post it. Yeah, no, it's. I'm not that fast. My goodness. Do Mickey first. Well, yeah, do Mickey first. Actually, that reminds me. I used to put it to the vote, didn't I, about which portrait to do first. Um, I could do Mickey first. I don't know. What do you think? We've got, so in this one, we've got Ursula from The Little Mermaid. We've got Jasmine. We've got Minnie. We've got Simba. We've got Tinkerbell. 2 Dalmatians. Rapunzel. Alice in Wonderland and some playing cards. Then we've got Mickey. We've got Winnie the Pooh. We've got the Queen of Hearts. That's the Jungle Book. So we've got Baloo and Mowgli. And then there's Dumbo. So what do you think? I am not doing the floor yet. The lights are a good place to start, but I don't know. I'm thinking portraits to start with. I don't recall the lights being that hard last time, so there'll be an early on thing. But yeah, which portrait do you like the best? What do you want me to start with? I will go with the majority. Maybe next time I'll put a poll up ahead of time and you can choose. I love the Dalmatian one in this section. Yeah, it's cute, isn't it? It's black and white though. Hello! How are you? Right. Just noticed your t-shirt. Yes, thanks for noticing. Did anybody else? Can you tell what it is? It's Puzzle Camp merch. Yay! The little dance. Yeah, I've been wearing it today. I went all the way to Glasgow in this. I went to a puzzle meetup. And oh, Tinkerbell, Winnie the Pooh. Have to you vote to start with Winnie the Pooh. Tinkerbell, Winnie the Pooh, and Mickey. That's what we've got so far. I'm doing Ariel for the Disney Princess collection from Clem and Tony, so maybe Ursula. Well, maybe. Hang on. Hello, by the way, Philip. Oh, and Anna, hello. Missed you there. Sorry, Anna. Mickey first is fine. I think Tinkerbell would be good. Well, that's 2 votes for Mickey and 2 for Tinkerbell. All right. Well, keep letting me know, and I will. Yeah, I'll talk to you about my Puzzle Camp merch is now available to buy in my merch store. There's t-shirts and there's a sticker, I believe. And this is an example of a Puzzle Camp t-shirt. This is on a darker colour. I have added more colour options. Originally it was just black and white, but there are more colour options now. So this is actually kind of a dark grey, a really dark grey. But I love it. I'm so happy with the Puzzle Camp logo. Really happy with it. And I've got my Vicky Makes and Builds on the back. Don't know if you can see that. Um, so yeah. I'm attempting to spread the word in Scotland at least. Did some speed puzzling today with the wee group in Glasgow. There was just 3 of us. It was cozy, but I mean it's probably just as well. It was so busy in there. We go to like a board game cafe, and it's really cool. Like it's really busy, really popular. And we did a 1,000 piece puzzle together, the 3 of us. So it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Funny Mickey. I was at White Mountain Puzzle Store yesterday and talked about Puzzle Camp. Need to get my shirt. Oh, brilliant! Thank you. Thank you for telling them about that. Brilliant. Did they sound interested? Mine should arrive next week. Black for me and white for my mum. Oh, thanks, Anna. Bless you. Oh, it's gonna look so good. We're gonna be wearing our merch. I got a white t-shirt as well, and I got a hoodie. A zip-up hoodie, but the hoodie, um, I'm sort of saving that for the actual Puzzle Camp event. This is more. These t-shirts are more for advertising. So I'm gonna wear the t-shirts at UK Nationals, which is only next weekend. How insane is that? That's come round so fast. Sunday, I'll go to the White Mountain store. Is it where is the White Mountain store? Is there more than one? Whereabouts is it? Okay, right. A few people have said Mickey, but carry on. I'm going to show you the pieces. So, as I say, I literally at the start of this week I hadn't touched the bag of pieces for this. I've literally been doing this over the last 3 days, quite solidly. And what I have are several trays, and but it's been a thorough sort. Like I've sorted all of them. I haven't. There might be a wee bit more micro sorting down the line. But this isn't just kind of just a few piles in a phased sort. So they're frames. Any pieces with frame, and some of them. These will be micro sorted nearer to the time because some of these are frame and wall, some are just frame. And I will want to sort out transition pieces and stuff like that when I come to do them. For now, though, they're the frame pieces, and I just popped them back in the Disney Museum box. So that's them. Won't be looking at those until a wee bit later. Then we have, right, I'll come to these. These are, that's an empty tray. Not really sure why that's there. These ones and this one are the portraits, which I'll show you shortly. Oh, this is a missort pile. I actually need to put those where they belong. I had a few light pieces in here. They're kind of grey, and they belong to the lights bit at the top. So I'm going to put those in there. And I think these are just frames that I've missorted. So I'll pop those in my frames box. So what I did initially was I pulled out the portraits, and it was a massive pile of portrait pieces. And then today, I organised the portrait pieces into its respective portrait. There's 13 in total. So I'll come to those in just a second. But here we have edges. This is the bit at the top where all the lights are. Quite obvious. It's kind of like a whitish grey colour. This is wall, just solid wall. Although I found a piece there with a tiny bit of frame in, so that's snuck its way in. But anyway, that's solid wall. And this is the wooden floor. But that's a frame. Goodness me. It's not going very well, is it? That's frame there. So it's pretty straightforward, really. Pretty straightforward stuff. I mean, it's a fairly easy puzzle to sort in that respect. So I'm going to put those over there because I'm not going to be touching those yet. Won't be tackling the edge yet. I never really have with this puzzle. I did try it the very first time I did it. I did attempt to do the edge, but the certain bits of the edge were fine, but where it was just solid wall, I struggled with it. So the edge I'm just going to leave for a little. And here we have all of the traits. So this is Jasmine. Jasmine is up here, and she's quite a big portrait, probably the biggest actually in this section. And you can see a boo there, and she's sitting on the magic cough. This here is Jungle Book, very noticeable from its dark green. It's just got like a dark green background, and you've got Baloo and Mowgli. And that's Dumbo. Dumbo's very brightly coloured. He's there, and he's in a round frame. Nothing else is in a round or a curved frame in this side. So in some cases his pieces were easy to find, in others not so much. But mostly I think I've managed to pick him out fine. Then here we've got, that's Ursula. And this, right, there's definitely missorting going on here. This is the Dalmatians, which is black and white. It's like a pencil drawing. But this sort of vaguely whitish greyish background is very similar to the whitish greyish background in Mickey and the one in Alice. And there are even some whitish greyish sections of Jasmine. I mean, it's a bit more blue in Jasmine, but what I started to do with kind of background colours was just keep throwing them in there, and this is just way too big, this pile. So I suspect there's a lot of Mickey in here, and possibly some Alice in Wonderland as well. But that's okay. May well be that I'll work on those together or one after the other so I can gap fill. We shall see. Might end up doing it today because, you know, a lot of people are saying Mickey. So I'm going to do Mickey first and then the Dalmatians after. I say assemble Vicky first, then Mickey. I know, I'm in pieces. I'm in pieces. Someone put me back together like Humpty Dumpty. New Hampshire. Oh, okay. And that's the only one. The White Mountain Store is in Jackson, New Hampshire. Fort Rose's new puzzle. Oh, lovely. Oh, yeah, she does have a new White Mountain, doesn't she? Hi, Matt. How are you? What's up? Oh, the dreaded floor that brings back nightmares. I remember the floor well as well. Yeah, that's probably going to be a stream on its own. Just those wooden tiles. Tomorrow's going to be weird for me as I'm going to the theatre. Why is that weird? You've been to the theatre? You go a lot to the theatre, don't you? You go and see Back to the Future musical and that. I need to tell you about that, but I'll tell you in a minute. I've got too many things to tell you. I'll finish this first. This one, Rapunzel, very easy, obvious to spot. She's there. She's got this dark pink background, very defined sort of black lines. So really quite easy to spot the Rapunzel pieces. They are the Alice in Wonderland pieces. It's more kind of like a watercolor type effect. So you could sort of tell from the style of the painting. You could kind of tell. I mean, there will be missorts in probably all of these piles, but that's, I think, mostly Alice in Wonderland. This is Winnie the Pooh. That's probably the only one I would say where I'm 100% certain each of these pieces is Winnie the Pooh. This has dots, loads of little dots. I don't know how well you can see that. All of the pieces are like that. Background, Winnie the Pooh's face, all of them. So very, very easy to spot the Winnie the Pooh pieces. That's them. And that is the portrait next door, which is Queen of Hearts. Again, quite easy to spot those pieces. And they're quite small. I think they'll come together pretty quick. All right, in here I have Minnie Mouse, who's got quite a small portrait there. And that's Mickey Mouse, which is this big square one here. And then here we have the ones I haven't mentioned yet, which are Tinkerbell and Simba. Simba's that pile there. And that's it. They're my sorted portrait piles. So, not bad sorting, I don't think. Not bad at all. Is the final performance of Back to the Future in London going on a UK tour later in the year? Feeling like it's going to be bittersweet. Yeah, oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, I do see what you mean. I would have liked to have seen that. I never did. I never did. I know you've talked about it before. All right. Well, okay. So, for want of a better suggestion, I'll go with Mickey then. Mickey seems like a good choice, especially in a Disney puzzle. Start with the man, Mickey Mouse. And I've got an A1 piece of foam board. I've got out a couple of A2 pieces because while this puzzle is still sort of small and coming together portrait by portrait, kind of feel like I want to keep it on smaller boards. They're just less difficult to move around, especially in here. This room's not the hugest. And I just feel like I'm wanging them off things, or bashing them off the wall or something. And so I'm going to keep it on the smaller boards for now. I'm sure I will be moving over to bigger boards at some stage. So these are all my Mickey pieces now. A lot of the background of Mickey, as I was saying earlier, is this sort of vaguely whitish grey background. But you've got the black lines that make up his facial features. You've got the ears, and there's like a blue to those as well. And you've also got red and yellow. And so some of the pieces were really obvious. You've got these little dots, and some not quite so much. But any gaps, what I thought I could do, maybe once I've done Mickey, is do something like Alice and the Dalmatians that have similar backgrounds, and then I can gap fill. Because if mis-sorting's going to have happened, it's likely to have happened in those other piles, possibly in here a bit, but not as much, because this is mostly blue, this background. Some of it is a sort of a whitish grey. But I mean, even then, I could do her afterwards. It's not, and her pieces were relatively obvious too. If there was any confusion really with sorting, it was with background. So you have with Ursula, for example, it's sort of bluish green, sort of a teal. It's like dark at the bottom, lighter at the top. There's bluish green in here. There's bluish green in the background of Tinkerbell. You've got her green dress. There's green in the background of Simba. There's green here. There's green at the bottom of Dumbo. So it can be quite. I've definitely missorted some. And particularly those colours, those greenish blues, they threw me a little. But as I say, I just do my usual thing where I kind of build them simultaneously, and then they'll quickly find where they need to go. They'll fill the gaps. That's the plan, anyway. That's the plan. All right, so let's get on with Mickey. Yay! Right, I'm just going to turn all the pieces over and just start building. Is it the movie or a play? I think it's a musical, isn't it? Is that right? I was doing a puzzle of him earlier. Oh yeah. Was it the 40K by any chance? How you doing, Guston? Hi, Vicky and Puzzle Pals. Hello, B. How are you? The paintings have mostly different textures, which helps a lot. Yes, they do. Yeah, you can tell the difference with most of them. And there's like a canvas kind of texture that like it makes it look like it's been painted on a canvas. There's a texture. That's how sometimes if the background color is very similar to the wall color, sometimes it's that canvasy texture that lets me know that it's not wall, that it's actually a bit of the portrait. Mm. So I'm thinking I might start to put together the blue bits of Mickey. There's little blue blobs in the Mickey portrait, and then maybe yellow, and then maybe red, perhaps, and then fill in the rest as and when. And I do have frame pieces in here, but only where you can see some of the portrait in the frame. Like if it's like part frame, part portrait, then they've gone in the portrait pile. If it's part frame, part wall, then they've gone in the frame pile. Um, and that just helps me because it keeps the frame pile down a bit, and in some cases gives you a wee start with the frames because you might have the inner pattern, you might have an idea of what the sort of the inner pattern is and that kind of stuff. So that's why you might be able to see some frame pieces in here as well. So I was going to say, I have decided to do a surprise live stream tomorrow. And the reason is because I want to do some speed puzzling. And I really do not have a great deal of time to do any. Um, I'm just super busy doing large piece counts, but also all the sorting for Puzzle Camp and all of that. Like it's keeping me really busy. So I've not had a great deal of time to do much speed puzzling. It was great speed puzzling with Kate and Susan, even though they're not my teammates. I don't get to practice with other people. So that was really nice, but I think I fancy doing a wee 500 piece. And there is a poll in my post tab with 3 options, and I'm putting it to the vote which one I do tomorrow. I'm not entirely certain. Um, I'm not entirely certain if what time it's going to be yet, but I will of course let you know. Probably be, I mean, UK time, probably be somewhere around 1ish, sort of lunchtime-ish. But I don't know yet for certain. And so, yeah, go and cast your vote. At the moment, the one winning is what I consider to be the hardest of the three. Just typical, isn't it? There's still time to vote. You could change it because it was close. Not that I'm trying to influence anything, but, maybe try and change it. Sorry. Anyway, that'll be tomorrow. Go and cast your vote. Um, New England and Massachusetts. Live on Cape Cod. I'm suffering from Disney puzzle fatigue. We'll wait for September. Yes, then you can break it up with some Pokemon. Just hope you don't get Pokemon fatigue as well. That's cool, Cara. There is a US tour of it going on at the moment. Not sure when and where it's playing. Hi, Dolly. I missed a few lives as my father passed away. And they have. Oh my goodness, it's too much to handle. I'm so sorry. I am really sorry to hear that. Heart goes out to you, Dolly. Thank you for being here with us today, though. And I totally understand taking the time. Totally get that. Lost mine 10 years ago. Should we all bet on how many Saturdays Vicky will need for this puzzle, not counting next week? I say 5 weeks. For this section, well, I can tell you it took me 14, I think, weeks to do section A. So if it's anything like that, Then it'll be, I mean, 5 weeks is a good estimate, like a very generous estimate. But who knows? Maybe I'll blitz through all these portraits. Maybe I will. But we'll wait and see. Yes, obviously next week I can't do because I'll be at UK Nationals. I keep wanting to say US Nationals. I'm not going to them. I'm going to the UK ones. The US ones have already happened. Wait, sorry. I'm gonna. I'll get to you in a second, Thomas. I did a little speed puzzling before I came on here today. First competition online next week. I'm really slow. But do you have fun with it though? I think that's the main thing, isn't it? What a surprise. Does Vicky not know us by now? Faith, I have faith that you're all good and kind. I've played over 50k hours of the Pokemon games over the course of my life, so chances are I'll get fatigued by Pokemon soon. Oh dear, right. Maybe don't play the games quite so much, just in the next few weeks. At least it's not a tie. Well, true, true. It is close though, I have to say. Vicky, Back to the Future Musical UK tour will be coming to Edinburgh. Perfect. 12 weeks. 12, is that when it comes out? In 12 weeks? Oh my lord. Oh gosh. Don't even. It's so. This year's going so fast. So wait, is 12 weeks till what? September? No, it can't be. That must be July. There's only like 12, 11 weeks till Puzzle Count. So what are you talking about? What's 12 weeks? Are you talking about the Pokemon puzzle? Coming. Because I thought that was going to be September. I might be barking up the wrong tree, Gustin. Like, yeah, I might not be following what you mean. Oh, 12 weeks for the section. I see. Right, sorry. My bad. I got completely lost there. You think it'll take me 12 weeks to do this? That's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. I reckon it'll match 15 weeks for section 2. After UK Nationals, Donna Louise comes and the cow hunt begins. Yes. I know where there's smiling cows. And I know exactly where we can go. I've already been on the Highland cow hunt. Posted a poll in the Discord for how many streams people think it will take. Okay. Right. Good. Thank you for that. I will be checking that out closely. Right. Mickey, all flipped. Let's do this. Let's do this. So in the bottom left corner, there is a little bit of purple in the red, which I've just sort of spotted and put together there. But I actually don't think I'm going to start with the red. I think I'm going to start with the blue. And I will take it from there. Now, some of the blue is like in the ears, or like on the inside of the ears. So I'll maybe keep those separate from the other kind of blobs of blue. So much you'll keep me talking, you know. If you'll keep me talking, then I might be super slow. I hope not. I don't want to be like I don't want to be super duper slow on it, but I don't want to rush it either. Okay, so there's a little bit of the ear that's come together. That does not do that. Right, so that one I think is the left ear. And there are some little kind of black dots on the outside, but that's in the yellow bit. So maybe not look for those quite yet, but that might be a good thing to go for next. Some of these yellow there's some quite bright yellow areas and thick black lines in Dumbo as well. So in some cases, there might be missorts with Dumbo, perhaps. Right. So that goes that way. And that is not right. That doesn't go there. It goes there. And that goes there. And then these bigger blue pieces will go down this side. Where's the other one? Where's there? There's one. There's one. Uh, tiny bit of blue in that one. Right. So the right ear actually is sort of just a little bit unformed at the top there. So a little bit of the background kind of comes into it. Oh, that goes there. It's in there. Right, so that's the right ear. You can tell it's sort of just a bit more, there's sort of less of it, if that makes sense. Oh, right. Okay. Just looking for a few more. Just even like the dark bits of the ear, like if there's a tiny little bit of blue, maybe I'll pull those out too. That's the bottom of that blue blob. There's a wee bit of the blue blob. I'm calling it a blob, I don't really know. It's just like a line of colours. There's another one. And there's the other one. So that's the bit in the bottom right. Pretty much done. Oh, and he's got some blue in his nose. That's right. That's his nose. Hang on. Look, it's there. Yeah. Okay, and that is the side of his face. There's a little bit on the side of his face too. Yeah, because there. So there are his ears. That's his nose. That's the side of his face. That I don't know. I do. That's still the side of his face. And that not certain about. Yeah, that might be the other side of his face. A little bit of blue shading there. Okay, so what about? Might be able to fill in a bit more of his ears. There, that's coming together nice. Uh, well, all we're supposed to be doing is I'm supposed to be doing the yellow. Maybe I could find some yellow and black transition pieces. See that there, that's the outside, that's those dots around the ear. There. Okay, so yellow and black transitions. Can I find it? Yes. I can. There we go. And there's another one. So I could get the two ears attached. That'd be handy. I'll pull out the yellows, just so they're perhaps a bit easier to spot when I'm looking for a certain one. There, a little bit more of his head. Uh, All yellow here, so I'll keep pulling them out. Okay, so it goes white before it then meets with the black of the left ear. Uh, there. It's a bit of his ear. Right, any more yellows? Am I missing any obvious yellows? Don't think so. Right, so let's see if I can fill some of this in. Oh, well then that seems like a very obvious piece that I'm missing. Probably in with Dumbo, if I had to guess. Um, and I don't mind diving into the Dumbo pile to find the pieces I need because the piles aren't huge, so that's not really a problem. Well, it's coming together nicely, I think. But they're really obvious. Why have I not got them? Bet they're in the Dumbo pile. And then I might actually have Dumbo pieces in here. I still haven't attached the head yet, though. The two ears, I mean. So, oh, that's a bit of Jasmine. That's a missort. Mm. I thought that was Mickey Mouse ear, but it's not. It's hair. It's Jasmine's hair. So, maybe, Right, hang on. Right, let's try a couple more of these darker pieces. If I can't, if I'm sort of going for ages and not really getting anywhere, then I'll just move on. But maybe I'll give it a go. That looks like his mouth. The edge of his mouth. There. Oh, hmm. Mm, oh, bigger there. Uh, it's the shape of his head that because it goes in and I don't know. You can kind of tell where some of the bits are, but not all of them. Okay, I'm going for sort of the bigger bits of black, rather than the lines for the most part, um, unless it looks like his mouth or something like that. That looks like his mouth. Um, oh, that's a bit more of those dots. I'm trying to attach this now. I think that goes there. There we go. Yay! Okay, well that bit's attached. That bit's attached at least. Can I attach that? Can! Woohoo! That bit's attached too. So, he's starting to form. Hello, Scott! How are you doing? And thank you, SS! How are you? Hope you're doing good. Frames! No, not yet. Not yet! Not doing those yet. um, hang on. You saying hi to everybody. Lurking while playing games. We love Vicky puzzling in the background. Oh, as long as you're having fun. Morning, Suze. Bit late, but I made it. Oh, no problem. No problem. We've got some Mickey ears. That's all you've really missed. Colour Boom Whirl I picked out for tonight to be something relaxing. Turns out to be a little devil. I know. Puzzles get you like that, don't they? The puzzle we did today at that puzzle meet in Glasgow was the speed puzzling one. You know the 1,000-piece speed puzzling puzzle from last year's Worlds? And they're all puzzling in the picture, they're all puzzling the speed puzzling puzzle. Oh gosh, and it threw me so much that put like the same puzzle image within the puzzle image over and over again. It was harder than it looked, definitely. So yeah, it got us. That one did. It was good though. It was good. It was fun. Enjoyed it. Right. So I'm just still attempting to figure this Mickey's face. Now he's got, I mean, his eyes as well. His eyes are big, big circles. Well, big ovals. That's the bottom of his mouth. Ah, see, now there's a bit of his eye. The open one is winking. Uh, right, that goes there. Oh, excuse me. And no, no. Where are you? There. There's a little bit of his nose. And there's a line above his nose. And yeah, there. There we go. So, maybe I can figure out his other eye. There we go. His other eye's closed though, so that's not quite as straightforward as just sort of making it match up with the right eye. That might be his mouth, perhaps. Looks like it. Yeah, I think it is. Looks like his mouth. So then that attaches there. I'm going to move this up a bit. Right. So, the thing that floats around there somewhere. Maybe, might be there. No, can't be right. No, wait a minute. No, that's in the wrong place. Okay. Gosh, that looked like it fit there. Right, my bad. So now that's attached, so that's good. So now let's see if I can figure out the rest. Uh, I think that's the edge of his mouth there. Ah, there, fits there. Uh, Not sure yet about that one. No, that doesn't go there. Hmm. Well, looks like it belongs near the ears. Maybe. Does it go there? No. Hmm. Not sure about that one then. Here we go. So some of these lighter bits are starting to get filled in, but as I say, there might be several of those in the Dalmatians pile. Right, and we know it's red at the bottom. I think that goes there. So we're looking for a possibly a 3 ins 1 out there. Yes, there it is. Mm. Right, so I'm just gonna continue pulling out these ones with the black lines. And we've started to get some red involved here as well. That one. Quite know with that one yet. Mm, There we go. That's got a wee bit of pink in it. Oh, I think that might be. I think I might have a couple of Alice in Wonderlands here. Possibly. I don't think there's any pink in the Mickey one. I don't think. I could be wrong. No. Yes. See now that I think that's Dumbo. I think I've got some Dumbo pieces in here, like those. Oh, no, okay. I found a little bit with the purple in there, but I'll try not to get too sidetracked by that. Some yellow in here, some little yellow lines. So I don't mind pulling them out because I was looking for yellow before. Yeah, it's coming together a wee bit faster now. Okay, I'm just starting to just separate the reds, not necessarily to put them together quite yet, but just to organize a bit because I'm starting to hit the reds here. And I think they are mist salts. So I'll put those down there. I am going to dive into that Dumbo pile just to see what I can find. If I can find any Mickey pieces in there, especially the yellow. I think I might have mis-sorted a bit with the yellows. And then the vague sort of whitish background, I suspect I'll have a lot of gaps there as well. Um, so I'll see if I can get some more of these dark pieces in first, though. Uh, Um, that one I'm not sure about. I guess there. I think I might have chucked some into the. All right, I'm diving in now. Right, I don't need mini. I don't think I've mis-sorted into that pile. That's the Dalmatian, so I'll keep that handy. That's not relevant. That one's not relevant. Those, I think, are the ones where I've mis-sorted them. Right, Dumbo. Well, that's handy actually, because I also think I've mis-sorted some of these dark grey pieces into the Jungle Book pile because Baloo is a sort of a dark greyish brown, and I'm pretty sure I threw some Mickey in here. Look, I think those might be. And it just happens to be in the same tray as the Dumbo pieces, so that's handy. There we go. Uh, oh, that was good. Found them. Right. Quick drink, quick chat. I have 4 puzzles to tape today. They're all laid out, ready to go. Not as much fun as puzzling. Oh no, I hate taping. It's really boring. I'm always glad when I've done it though. What are the 4 puzzles you got to tape? Hi, Concerning Blue. How are you? Thanks for being here. Don't forget to like if you're enjoying the live stream. Yes, thank you for that reminder. Always forget. Always forget. Did remember to put it on live chat today though. Hmm. I did remember, so that's good. That's something. I'm so looking forward to Donna Louise coming. It's going to be so much fun. It really is going to be a lot of fun. I'll be glad when we're sort of back. Like, I can never be bothered with the train journeys, I have to say. Um, so once it's all done, I'll be glad when we're sort of back, we're up here and we can just puzzle and have fun. I think it's going to be, oh, yeah, a lot of fun. And I'm very, very pleased that I've finished my first phase of sorting for the Around the World puzzle. First phase down, I haven't started the second phase yet, but I will soon. I will. Right, this is kind of a funny colour down here. It's like a mustard yellowy colour. Um, there. Which actually made it quite difficult to identify which portrait it went in. Right, and then that goes there. Oh, I'm not so sure I have that bit though, that red bit. I don't know where I will have missorted that unless it's possibly in Dumbo. I'll go through that pile in a wee minute. Don't want to just yet. But I knew I'd pretty quickly find these grey ones, so I didn't mind just going through that pile quickly. That, I think, is the corner of his mouth. Maybe? Or, no. I think it is. I think it is. Yeah, it is. There we go. See, it's this weird sort of in and out shape Those pieces throw me sometimes. It's like I know roughly where they're supposed to be, but I just can't sort of figure it out to start with. Takes me a minute or two. There. Right. Great, great. Getting there. Hang on. Hang on a minute. Where do you go? Off you go there. Mm, That is throwing me a bit. That might be the Dalmatians. One of them has a black ear. I may well have pulled. Yeah, I think it is. I think that's Dalmatians. That one. Mm, Not a clue where that one goes. Uh, these are the whitish backgroundy pieces. These have got bits of frame in, so I'm gonna leave those there. Um, right. Let's. Hang on. I don't know if I can fill in these gaps with what I've got, really. I don't think I've got enough. I think I'm gonna have to do the red, maybe. I think that goes at the bottom somewhere. Yeah, it does. It goes there. Most of the red's filled in, although I don't have that bit. Okay, that's good. Nope. Hmm. It's a little, now I'm looking at this, it's a little bit more kind of, it's a bit less white. It's a wee bit more sort of creamy coloured. I don't know if I'm describing that very well. It's hard to describe, but I think maybe, hopefully, I can distinguish the pieces a bit better when I'm looking at the Dalmatians pile and I'm trying to kind of figure it out. Right, that goes up that side. And this, oh yeah, I forgot about this. That goes there. So, have I got, I don't know if they're right. Hmm, that one, I was right about that one. That I don't think is the right colour frame, and neither's that. So I think they are Dalmatians. That one is. Uh, I don't know. That's too bright. That's too bright. That goes there. That might well be. Looks a lot. Yeah, there we go. No, but that is. All right, so now I'm actually starting to notice the frame, uh, the pattern of the inside edge of the frame, and that's what's sort of letting me know when I've not quite got it right. So I don't think any of these belong to Mickey, any of those frame pieces. Or that one does, but I can't attach it yet. I think that might go up there. Um, and these I just don't know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and find some of these gaps from the Dumbo pile. There's one. That's his nose. Um, and I think I might have that yellow piece in here somewhere. So I'm just having a wee dig around to see if I can find it. Oh, there's that piece there that goes in the bottom corner. It's always nice to know when you've missorted roughly which pile you've likely to have missorted into. Well, I can't see that yellow piece in here. So that's a bit worrying. But I do think these go with Dumbo. I think that one does too. I can't see the yellow piece, so that's slightly worrying. Not quite sure where that would be. But I'm going to pull out the Dalmatians. I'm going to do the Dalmatians next, folks. Just so I can fill some of these gaps. He's looking good, right? That's not bad. I've only really got a few. But a lot of these were missorted. I've been trying to understand why so many people love Disney so much. I've watched some YouTube channels and those people are there several times a week buying trading pins, buying tons of merch. Yeah. You mean like they go to Disneyland or Disney World? Yeah, I guess. I mean, big part of my childhood, although I wouldn't call myself a massive fanatic, I do have a fondness for Disney. When is Donna Louise coming? So, next weekend we are at UK Nationals on the Saturday and Sunday, and then on the Monday, which I think is the 20th, we come back to Scotland together. So she's here from the week beginning the 20th, and she's going to spend the week here. Families spend thousands of dollars in a day. Everything there is designed to make you spend. Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. There's no doubt. The taped puzzles are from Easter puzzling. Oh, I see. Baffles me. Doing great. Thank you, Julie. Thank you so much. Um, I used to love all the songs when I was watching Disney movies. It was the ones with the songs that I really loved. The Beauty and the Beast and Lion King, Aladdin. Aladdin was great. That kind of thing. Right. So, oh, I was going to look for the Dalmatians. I'm just out of interest. I'm just going to have a quick scan. I keep wondering where I would have left the. There it is. It was in with Simba. So there you go. I never would have thought of that. That yellow piece was in with Simba. Right, here we go. I love Dumbo as well when I was a kid. Okay, so that I'm pretty certain is Mickey. So there's obviously been some mis-sorting both ways. Let me get the pieces out. Ooh. There's one. Gosh, there's so many pieces in here. I feel like there's too many for that picture. I feel like the picture isn't big enough to warrant all these pieces. That one. Maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe it is. Uh, right. Um, I think best just pull them out first and then flip and sort and figure it out from there. There's definitely, I might even have some jasmine pieces in here. I think the most obvious bits to go for first are going to be the actual dogs themselves. So let's put those there. Those there. Oh, and I will pick out the actual dog pieces. So they're frame transitions. They might be good to put all together. Dog, dog. Right, there's a little bit of black in that piece, so I'm going to put that with dog pieces, and then that is just pure background. That pile there. Uh, ah, recognise that. Well, that's definitely a bit of a Mickey frame. Nope. There. There in the end. No dog. Yeah, I'm 99.9% certain I've got some jasmine in here. That is Mickey frame. Uh, there. Dog. In some cases, you can tell the dog frame because there's actual spots on it. The Dalmatian frame's got spots on it. That's actually blue. Pretty sure that's jasmine. Pretty sure these are too. I knew it would become at the sorting stage. You can't necessarily tell much of anything, but I knew it would become clearer once I'd started putting pieces in. There we are. It's filling up. It's filling up. Right, can't attach that yet. So I can maybe find that bit. Not yet. Okay. Keep looking. I'll keep looking. I mean, I must admit, when I went to Disneyland, I did enjoy it. It was fun. It was really fun. I mean, I didn't spend a fortune there, but you very easily could. It's like, well, every other building's a shop. But I guess it is a business. Right. Like some of this, you can kind of tell it's got like a blue tinge to it. So I don't think it belongs to Mickey or the Dalmatians. It's a bit too dark. These edges are coming together where the frames are, so that's good. There's so many of these transition pieces. Right, that's their blue. Definitely not. I think they're jasmine. Uh, hmm. Oh, that is, I believe, that corner. Again, can't attach it yet. I actually don't know what that goes with, but I'm pretty certain that isn't Mickey. Alright, keep going, I'll keep going. Ha! We'd have to get one in eventually. That feels like it should be obvious, that one. It's got a bit of black on it, though. Um, okay. There we go. That actually has a little bit of yellow in it, that one. That's the dog's ear, but more of the dog's there. Ah, yes. I don't know if that is a 4 ounce, because if it is a 4 ounce, it's likely to have some frame on the prong. Ah, yes, it does. It's that one. What are the chances of that? You pick it up on the next piece. Mm. Right, well, I'm almost there with these gaps. So that's good. Still be good if I could attach this corner. Hmm, I think that's Jasmine. I think that's Jasmine. That is Mickey. I don't know why I'm spotting these sort of bluish shades, and I don't know why I didn't spot them before. Hmm, no, I think that's Jasmine. Oh, that's Mickey frame. There's the tiniest bit of portrait on that, but it's definitely not Mickey. I don't think that is either. I think that's Jasmine. Uh, one. Right, there's only really that might have a bit of frame on it on the prong. That is Mickey. Yes. Oh, that means I can attach the corner. That's good. Mm. Don't know where that goes. One bamboozling me a bit. That one. It bamboozled me the first time around too. Don't. No, that's not Mickey. That's too dark. That's dog. Almost there. Almost there. Okay. Right. Okay. Well, I'm gonna just leave those in a pile. I don't know what they go with, but they don't go with Mickey, and I don't think they go with the Dalmatians either. These, I think, are Jasmine. I think. So, I mean, I've got these, but I can't see that bit unless it's in here with the dog pieces. Because there's black, there's a bit of black on that piece. Might be an Alice in Wonderland, I guess. But I could probably start to build these Dalmatians. For example, look, there's one of the wee faces. And I did just spot the two noses actually. Um, the one with the black ear is on the left. Where did I spot the two noses? Definitely saw it there. There. They're cute, aren't they? Um, that is there. I recognise the shape of that one. It was unusual. Um, then I've got a little black blob on the prong of that one. Except I can't see it. There's a bit of that ear. Uh, okay, there's four. This isn't easy to do. Right. That's the paws on the right hand one. That's one of the paws on the left, I think. The paws are kinda easy to spot. There we go, there's a wee face. There we go. Look, there's the two wee faces. Um, that's a little paw as well, I think. Oh, it might be a back paw. Hmm. And they've both got spots. I suppose they would, being Dalmatians. Some Dalmatians are spottier than others, though, aren't they? There. I guess there. What is that, though? I think that's a collar. Yeah, that's the ear of that one. Yay. Okay. Yay. Okay. Whew. This one's not easy, but it's coming together, slow but sure. Slow but sure. Um, what's the puzzle you and Donna Louise will do? Well, that's a good question. We initially had agreed on the Dragon Library, the 3,000 piece Dragon Library, but we haven't talked about it since then. So we may decide on something else. I reckon she'll come and we'll just look at my shelf and say, let's do that one. Um, we'll just see. I'm not sure, but that was the initial plan. My sister and I were in the Mickey Mouse Club when we were young, and even had our own cap with Mickey ears attached. Oh yeah, I got the ears, the headband when we went. We all did, the three of us. I got Minnie Mouse ones. I watched Disney on TV and was part of Mickey Mouse Club. Loved the nature shows and would watch with my father. Watched Bambi in the movies, etc. But now it seems like a big machine. Yeah, I mean, it has. Yeah. Yeah, I do know what you mean. My associations really are like just all the songs, all the happy songs. Um, I really like that. Oh, right. I was never in the Mickey Mouse Club. But yeah, no, we did like it. We did like it in our household, and obviously my kids enjoyed Disney too. I watched Frozen a lot when they were growing up, like a lot. But I thought that was good too. Right, there's another paw. Um, I think. I mean, I might have to utilize shape here. There we go. It's a little bit brighter nearer the top, like there's some shadowy darker areas. So I don't know if I can maybe use that. Ah, that's its back. Um, trying to make some sense out of the spots. It's not really happening. Not much sense is being made. Mm, just picking up pieces quite a lot really, and then putting them back down again. Does it go? No, it does not. Okay, well, that's that bit in. No. Right, so I'm looking for three there. Three, it was four outs as it turned out. There. Haven't found the back of this one's head yet. Um, there it is. That's that one. So, okay, we've got a good start on the heads. The two heads. Um, so now I've got to try and figure out the bodies. Can't remember what order I did. Mind you, I can't really compare it to last time because I mixed it last time. So it's quite different, really. I had a much different strategy because I had all the pieces mixed. Hmm. Oh, does that go there? Nope. It doesn't. Where's that? Where's the back of that one? Ah, okay. Well, that helps. It's the back of that one. Right. Here we go. So I'm starting to get the outline then. At least of this one. Don't know if that. I think that goes around about there. Mm, no. Oh, this is tough. It's tough. All right. Okay, let's figure out. Okay, so I mean that's a certain shape. So let's just try that shape. That one, that way, and that way. So it's not that one. What are the other shapes like that? It's not that one. It's not that one. It's not that one. Pretty sure it's not that one. That's too dark. I can't see that many. Uh oh. Ha! Found it. Found it. Mm, Think think that goes there. Hope it goes there. It does. There we go. So the Dalmatian's starting to come together. I think that might be a tail. There. That's a tail. Hmm. There we go. Uh, yes. Okay, the spots helped me there. First time since I started doing them, the spots helped. No, I think that goes the other side. Hmm. Oh, right. What about that one? There. I mean, some of these pieces barely have any lines on them, but they're the ones that are going to be at the bottom here. So, like that. It's just a wee bit at the top. There. Not much on the piece at all. Okay. That's good. That's good. That's been that's more or less that together. I think that'll be a frame piece, the very tip of the tail there. That'll be one of the frame pieces. Unless I've put it in, no, I haven't. I've put it in here. There we go. So you can just see the frame there. So that is the right hand Dalmatian done. So now I've got to try and figure out the left hand one. That I think is tail there. A little bit there. Um, uh, um, right. I'm saying a lot. It means it's throwing me. Because there. I thought that was a Mickey piece initially, that one. I haven't found that bit yet. Where is that bit? I think it must be an Alice in Wonderland in those pieces. Right. It's quite bright up there. I feel like it'll be a lighter piece. No, that's a paw, I think. Mm-mm. That looks like a paw too. So where? That's a really light piece up there. So where are you? Can't see you. Hmm. Right. Might have to just look away for a minute. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. Um, are you going to live stream with Donna Louise? Yes, we will do some live streams, yeah. Yay, I finally found a piece I've been looking for. So satisfying when you finally get two large sections to connect. Woohoo! Is that on Magical Bookcase? Dexter. Cute picture of the Dalmatians. I know, they are cute, aren't they, in that one? So quick. Oh, you going to sleep, Anna? Good night. Sleep tight. Mm. Nice progress. We'll go to bed now. I have a full day tomorrow with my family. As it's Easter for us. Oh, right, is it? Have a great night. Oh, well, have a lovely time with your family. And we'll see you next time. Okay. Oh, do you know? I think I filled in. I can fill in a wee bit. Uh, well, that's handy. Yeah, well, at least I'm getting a few of those in, which is good. Right, I'll keep these spread out, but I really don't think these belong in here. Did I just try that? I think I just tried that one. I don't think that one does either. Or that one. Or that one. Hey, I'm just because they're a little more obvious to me now, so I'm just trying to figure it out. Okay, well, I'll come back to those. Hmm. So, let's see if I can get this Dalmatian finished. Uh, There. I mean, maybe it's one of the. Maybe there's just a white bit. Well, not much on it. No, it's not that bit. I'm struggling to find that bit. Um, hmm. Mm, that's the tail. That's the tail. Right. That one? No. Here's putting my glasses again. Okay, right. So hang on. We've got a little bit closer here. Little bit. There. Um, there. Okay, that is there. Okay, so that's a three ins, one out. I don't have one of those. So where is that? Um, good question. Okay, so I think what's that? Oh, that goes there. I think there's some missorting with Alice here, but I will see what I can fit in of these before I dive into that. No, it's way too dark for that. Um, right. So that is that one. Um, ah, it's in there. You can see the shading a little bit more easily now, so I'm a wee bit better able to tell what's what. That is there. That one, that goes there. And there. At least they're going in somewhere. If not always the first place you try. There. These are quite bright, these ones over here. So I'm thinking, yeah, okay. There's definitely light and shade and stuff that you can use with this. So that helps. Yeah, there. Okay. So let's see. Um, that no, that's not right. Here we are. It's coming together, folks. It's quite dark up in this top corner and the bottom corner. Right, we've still got some here. I'm sure I could find. I hope I can find. There. I tried that already. Because there. Um, right. I think I might be able to get a few of these in. Maybe. Maybe. Ah, that's a Mickey one that I missed. So, the Dalmatians frame, and I think I remember this from last time too, it's quite a bright gold colour. So, I should, I hope, be able to identify its frame pieces from how bright the frame is. Like that. And it's just lines, really. So, any fancy stuff is not going to belong to this. It's really just lines. So, no, I think that maybe goes at the bottom. Huh, there. Okay, so I can work this out from that. Uh, no. There. Right. Okay, this is good. This is good. But I've got a plan of action, so this is good. It's not that. It is that. It's not that. It's not that. I don't think. I think that is one of them. I don't think that is. Here we go. There. I think. Does that go up here? No, it goes down there. That might go up there though. Yes. You can see one of the spots there. Look on that one. Uh, so that must belong to that. They're fancy. So it's not that. You can see one of the spots on that one. Ooh, okay, so I'm narrowing it down. Gradually, slowly but surely. There. That's too fancy. Think that might belong to this. That's too fancy. And that one's up here. There. Fancy. Think that belongs there. Ah, there we go. It's quite fun filling these bits out. You know when you kind of work it out, you work out the frame conundrum, and it's quite satisfying finding the right pieces. Don't think that belongs with them. That one does. I don't think that one does. All those two. That one does. I haven't got any on this side yet. Not sure why. That's not right. Don't think they're right. Or that one. Or that one. Or that one. Or that one. That one goes in there. Might be that this side is a little further away. Like not as on the piece. Maybe. I'm not entirely sure though. Maybe not. They certainly aren't. Like there's only a wee bit down the side of those. I've definitely got some grey ones missing. No. Okay. Right, so there's one of the spots you can see. Uh, that was there. So we're needing a corner. There's a corner. That's a corner. Right, okay. So, right, I've got it. I've got it. That one and that one. No, okay, maybe not. That goes there. That goes there. Ah, that goes there. Goes there. That's too fancy. That I think might belong to this because I can see a little dark patch where I think there's a spot, but I don't know where it goes yet. So, how's that? That's looking good. Right, that actually goes. Right, I'm gonna have to double check this pile because I've shoved some over here, and they actually do belong with the Dalmatians. Uh, Might be it though. Um, no, no. Huh, no. I don't think I've got any more. So they're all Miss Sorts. Um, with I don't know who, possibly Jasmine, or possibly Alice in Wonderland. Um, Minnie. Here's Alice in Wonderland. Uh, so maybe I could do her next. Yeah, let's do her next. Because then I might get rid of a lot of these, possibly. And we'll just see how we go from there. But I'd say that's some of the more difficult ones out the way, which is good. Because there's a lot simpler ones. They're going to come together quite quickly, I think. Can I find? I can't see that bit. Where's that bit? No, I can't see it. Again, though, it might be in the jasmine pile. It's difficult to say. I'll dive into that one after I've tried. After I've tried the. Oh, that's a Mickey one. I've tried the Alice in Wonderland. So quick. USA Easter was early this year. Yeah, I think ours was a little earlier than usual. Magical bookcase. Finding section B harder than section A, but still tons of fun. Do you think generally the right hand side is maybe tougher, or is it just because it's so it's so all over the place, isn't it? I guess it's hard to say. B is top right, right? Hi Vicky and everyone. Hello! Sarah Puzzles, how are you? You will find it. She's so speedy. Well, it helps that I've done this puzzle before, I guess. I mean, it's been a while, but it does come back to you. Hello, Moose. How you doing? Marvellous. And now frames. No, I'm not doing the frames yet. I'm not doing them yet. Completing the individual pictures makes for a very satisfying live stream. Yeah, it makes for a satisfying puzzling experience. I have to say that Mickey makes me want to get a pan and pen and draw his missing pupil. No, he's winking. He's winking at you, Thomas. I do know what you mean now. Right, okay. Let's have a go then at Alice in Wonderland. I'm going to leave those there. I'm going to leave those there. I'm going to attempt to try and put together Alice in Wonderland. Now, the cards and Alice herself was relatively easy to figure out. You can see like the spades, the diamonds, the hearts, the clubs, those things. But it's also it's kind of like watercolors. Um, so I am hopeful. Ah, there was that missing one anyway. I'm hopeful that I can find ah, stop. Or put together most of this picture, but we shall see. So, right, I tell you what, I'll cover his eye up for you, Thomas. I'll put the poster there. This is the one I'm doing, Alice in Wonderland. It's quite small. Um, Now then, hang on. Oh wait, right, okay. So that's the side of her skirt. Right. I'm trying to figure that out there. Um, that goes there. I think I'll be diving into a lot of different piles to fill gaps. Something tells me. I know I've got the top of her head. There it is. And that goes there. Where's that blue bit then? Ugh. Don't tell me there's another myth sort. Mm. Right. So This isn't so easy either. I'm actually doing a bit of the frame at the start with this. Just to get started, really. So it's that little funny pattern. I think I've got several of hers in amongst this lot, but I'm not entirely sure. So does that go at the top or the bottom? Right, I think the that goes at the side. So neither the top or the bottom. The side. And that's the hearts, the two of hearts over on the right hand side. I think that's him. Uh, so there. This is taking some concentration. Right, that's a diamond. So that goes over on the left. That's a diamond, and that's a diamond. I think that might be a heart. That's diamond. Okay, it's like that's the top of its head. Okay, for some reason the diamonds are jumping out. Um, that I believe is a heart. Yes, it is. Right, so that's the top of the heart's head. Uh, I think that is diamond. Yes, it is. There, so that goes there. Right, so we've got some other heart coming together, and he's on the far right, and we've got some other diamond coming together, and he's on the far left. And then the club is next to the diamond. That's the club. And the spade is over here. He's holding a staff or something? In fact, well, they both are, actually. So that goes this side. I'm trying to find these red um red lines. And what goes there? I think that sits there like that. Um there we go. Right, there's a club. It's not very defined. The lines aren't very defined. It's quite sort of um well, not sharp, let's say. So it's not quite as easy to spot the piece I'm looking for in some cases. There. Right. So maybe roughly goes there. Yeah, that thing sits there. That sits there. That attaches there. Okay, we are getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. It's not a particularly big portrait, this one, which is, makes things a little easier. I have no idea what I've got there. I don't necessarily think that it is Alice in Wonderland, though. Um, I don't know what that is. Ah, that goes there. Right, that goes there. That goes there. Okay. What on earth is that? It's like a heart, but it's not. Oh, no, it's the top of the spade's head. Right, okay. So, and that's its nose. The little blob of pink is its nose. Right, that confused me a lot. Right, but I figured it out. So, good, good, we're good. And let's go in together. Um, you've got to go down here somewhere. Yes, you do. You go there. You go there. Right. And then we've got. No, that's not right. Where do you go? Don't know. That goes up at the top. There. That goes there. Look at that. No, it doesn't. Goes there. All right. So some of these go in here. I think that might be, yes. Found a place for that. This one, yes, that goes there. Well, that fits in there. Right. That goes there. I think that might be the lights. I think that might be a missort for the lights. So, um, this has the fancy pattern. So I'm thinking, or hoping, I can identify its frame pieces, maybe. There we go, there's one. That's a corner. I don't think that's this corner though. No, don't think that belongs here either. What does go there? Right. Any more fancy patterns? There's one. I think that is. There. That one looks like it is, yes. And these. That one. We've got a corner. Yes. Oh, this is good. Right, that goes there. So can I attach it? Yes, I can. Brilliant. Um, not getting many down here, but there's only really a tiny bit of portrait on them. There's one. There's another one. That I don't think belongs with this. I don't think that's the right pattern. Where are you? No, I don't think that's the right pattern either. Must have you somewhere. Yes, there. And do I have you? Yes, I do. Woo! Okay. Right, so there's some along here, along the bottom, but there's only like the tiniest amount of portrait on, and I've got a couple of missing here. They're missing, and I don't, excuse me, sorry, I don't have that one either. Ooh, ooh, found that one. That's good. I'm just looking to see if I can see that top corner, but I can't. So, where would they be? I'm wondering if they're possibly in the Jasmine pile. Maybe, because the thing is, if you look at Jasmine, her portrait's the only other one that has anything like a grey colour. And she's got some fancy pattern as well on the inside of her frame. I don't know if I want to start building Jasmine yet though, because um it's a big portrait and well, I'm not going to start now because it's 11:15. I can't believe it's that time. That's insane. Um, but what I think I'm gonna do is put these with the Jasmine pieces because I think all these belong with her. And I could maybe try and do a bit of gap filling from her pile because actually her pile is in the big tray, so I can spread the pieces out a bit. All the others are in small trays, but this is the pile that the Jasmine pieces are in. The tray, I mean. So maybe if I spread them out, I could possibly fill in some gaps. Assuming I'm right and that I've missorted them into this pile, I might have missorted them into another one, although I don't know quite which one I would have put them in really. Because there's nothing in the other pictures really that's similar to this. So if you don't mind, I will do a bit of gap filling and leave it at that for this evening. Um, if I can. I mean, if I can't do any gap filling, that's fine too. And I think next week I'll start with, see, that's a piece of Alice's dress. See, Jasmine's hair has a similar kind of bluey texture to it, and like a watercolory texture to it, to this. So I think I maybe thought that was a wee bit of Jasmine's hair or something. Now then. No. I feel like I want to do Dumbo soon as well, because I feel like there's been a lot of missorts with Dumbo too. I've not actually come across any pieces that I think might fit in, apart from that one of Alice's dress. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm barking up the wrong tree. We shall see. Hang on. I mean, where are these? I don't know where I would have put those. These gaps. Mm. Hmm. Yeah, you see, there's none jumping out at me here as being either of those or that. I'll have a wee scan, but they're just not the right colour. They're not the right shade. I don't know where else it could be. It's definitely not going to be in the Rapunzel pile. What about the Queen of Hearts? Let's see. She's got some grey background in hers. I've got to say though, it's fairly obvious grey background. Like it's fairly distinctive. That might actually be Mickey. It is. Um, right. So it's not her. It's not gonna be Minnie. Don't believe it's Tinkerbell. And then we've got. I don't think it's gonna be Ursula either. Dumbo? Have I missorted into Dumbo? I don't know. So that's a bit of a conundrum. Unless I've just took them down here a wee bit too hastily. But I can't see them. Have any gone underneath? No? What about that? No. Yeah, that's a bit of a conundrum. I don't know where they are. It's not to say they're missing, but I'm not entirely sure which pile I've sorted them into. So, yeah, I'll need to leave it at that. I did find that piece, so that's good. Um, but these I think must belong to maybe Jasmine. They don't. They belong in the frames really. So I will put those with Jasmine and yeah, that's it. I'd say that's good progress though. 3 portraits, 1 week. What do you think? What do you think? You've returned. Did I miss much? I don't know. Where was I at when you went? Finally got some other projects done, so I'm back to 6 portals. Yay! Attempting the autumn portal today. Found that one tough. For my current section of Mickey Magic, I decided to use the very unique sorting method of not sorting at all, and it's somehow working out. Well, that's good. I can back that method. No sorting at all. I like it. Need to go get some stuff done, but fun watching. Oh, thank you for being here. Thank you so much. Great progress tonight. Thanking you. Looking good. Great progress tonight. Vicky, you got a lot done. Good job. I did. I I don't honestly think these were easy. I don't think these were the easiest. I think, like for example, these two, I think they're gonna fly together. I don't think Jungle Book will be too hard either. So I've done 3 portraits, but not terribly easy ones. So I'm quite pleased with that. Quite pleased with that. So next week I'll just pick a random 2 or 3, and I'll put a poll up if I remember right. Not next week, the week after. Sorry, if I remember, I'll put a poll up. You can pick which portrait I'll work on next. The gaps are worrying me a little, but I've only just started, so it's maybe a bit premature to start worrying about that. I just don't quite know where else I would have put them. But I mean, it is late, so it's entirely possible I am just not seeing them. Uh, so we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. That goes there. Still don't know where those pieces go. Oh well. Never mind. I'm sure I'll figure it out eventually. Maybe the people picking under 10 weeks are onto something, but that floor is brutal. Yeah, it is. I remember. I remember doing it. Good job looking great. I mean, the portraits do come together really fast. Um, and then it slows down a bit more on the frames. But I will pre-sort the frames again. Like I'll do some more sorting pre-stream for the frames, and hopefully they'll be fairly straightforward because, like, with doing things like this, you've already got a little bit of the frame going, which I think helps. Um, so we'll see. Time will tell. Time will tell. Will I get it finished before Puzzle Camp? Do you think? It'd be handy if I did. I think, wouldn't it? If I got it finished before Puzzle Camp, but we'll see. Okie dokies. Right, well, I will wrap things up there. I don't think I've got anything to tell you that I haven't already mentioned. I did want to point out the new merch. Thank you for pointing that out, Sam. I'm wearing the new Puzzle Camp merch. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing that, and it is available to buy now yourself. So you can, and it's not just in black and white now, there's different colours as well. So you can get some Puzzle Camp merch, some t-shirts, and wear them and spread the word. That would be brilliant. And there's links in the description for my merch stores. There's also a link to my Discord server, an invite link. If you are not in the Discord server, please do join. It's brilliant over there. And a very, very lovely group of people. So I am back on Thursday. So wait, hang on. Right. Let's get this right. I'm back tomorrow with a live stream speed run. I'm going to do one 500-piece puzzle, whichever one's voted in the poll, voted for. Not sure what time yet, but probably around about lunchtime UK. So I'll be back tomorrow with a live stream on a speed puzzle. If you want to join me for that, watch me attempt a speed run. I won't be reading the chat, but I will try and talk through my process. So I'll be back for that tomorrow. Tuesday, I'm doing a sorting live stream on around the world, starting my phase 2. Again, I haven't scheduled it yet, but I will be doing that on Tuesday. And then Thursday, I'm back with Suleiman, the Travell puzzle. And then next weekend, so there's like plenty of live streams going on, extra ones, but I will not be working on this next weekend because I'm at UK Nationals. So I'll probably put a post out about this because it's going to be all different. But that's the plan. I've laid it out for you verbally just now, but that's the plan. So I hope to see you all tomorrow for my speed puzzle live stream. And that's it. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. Happy puzzling. Bye.